Can you think of any companies in particular that are doing content marketing well?
I think somebody that does it really well when we're talking about content marketing is Chris Brogan. And he sends an email on a Sunday morning and it starts with, "Hi, how are you? What are you drinking?" "I'll be drinking a kombucha tea or a bullet coffee," or something. And then he always asks for, shout back in the comments. And if you shout back in the comments, which I do occasionally, he replies. Yeah. So that guy must spend all Sunday sitting, waiting for his international mailing list. But I buy his products, I've bought his books, I've bought courses, and he feels like a friend. And if I was at an event and Chris Brogan was there, I would mainline to go and see him and say thank you for basically showing me how to do it in a cool and pleasant way.
I think that's a key part of content marketing now, isn't it? That interaction that you have with people, whether that's on social media and companies that set up dedicated social media teams just to reply to people's issues, or a really engaging email, which is replied to. I know, I'm not sure if he does it so much anymore, but I think the reason Gary Vaynerchuk got as big as he did was in the early stages, he would reply to every single tweet that he got, any message he got on social media. I don't think he's probably got the time to do that anymore. But he was, I know he's mentioned several times, that was so key to him growing this fan base of people who are loyal to what he says. So that interaction that you have is key now, and that is a huge part of content marketing. So it's not just a blog, it's how do you interact with your customers on a regular basis. For me, the company that stood out for over a decade, I think, is Compare the Market. They've turned a group of CGI meerkat characters into
a cult.
A cult?
Sorry, are you saying that they're CGI? This is really disillusioning.
I thought you were being serious for a second. Yeah, they are CGI, yeah. I just thought that they never, or very, very, it's like the last sentence of the adverts that they put on is compare. I don't even know if they do that anymore. I think they used to, didn't they? They had Compare the Market at the end of their adverts, but now it's just stories about these meerkat characters. Yeah, it's nothing to do with their product at all, and yet everyone knows it. Everybody could reference the company, and I would guarantee anyone that's looking to compare anything will go there first, just because of this story that they've built up. And I can't imagine that was an easy sell. Whoever came up with that idea.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about the product at all. We're going to invent these meerkat characters because it kind of sounds like market. And we're going to see what happens. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, no, give it a go. It worked out all right for them in the end.
But I think it depends what sector you're looking at. So I mean, I could give, so for example, in the software as a service, have you heard of DigitalOcean, the cloud provider? So they provide virtual servers, they've managed databases, all kinds of things like that. And they are probably the most well-known in their sector. So they're not the Amazon or the Google, but they are they're just under that. And the way they became number one is that they put out tutorials on every possible problem you might have from a server administration point of view. This is very specific, but it got to the point where if you had a problem, if you needed to know how to set up X software platform on a server, you'd Google, and the top result is always going to be DigitalOcean. And basically, it establishes that they know what they're talking about. So if I had to estimate their direct return on investment, I would think it would be phenomenal, because they've built this trust over years with a community of developers who basically know that they can trust DigitalOcean. Yeah. And then they also used to bury little secret discount codes in articles, which I suppose didn't hurt either.
Yeah. I think the other thing for that as well, which is an overlooked aspect, is that when you put that piece of content out, I don't know how long ago they wrote it, but that's still working for them now. Yeah. You turn off the PPC advertising, you stop advertising in a magazine, then that's it. Yeah. It goes out and does that thing for the time that you put it out there. Content works as long as the content is relevant, which if I was giving advice to companies, it'd be try and make everything you write or everything you film or whatever is as evergreen as possible, so that it continues to work for you when you're not working.